Ladies and gentlemen and ninjas, welcome back to African Geekdom with I and I, Yaman JP. Today we're here to review something I've been excited to see. If you've been following my channel for any time, Chevalier, the story of Joseph Boulogne, Chevalier de Saint-Georges, a black man who I didn't know existed. A great man. He excelled at almost everything. Before getting into this review, this is your daily reminder that the children of slaves were used for alligator bait. And quite often, mixed babies were killed on sight for the crime of existing. So, starting off on a cheery note, if you're here for the first time, please like and subscribe and let me know how much you dislike my ugly poem. Leave a comment down below. Diss me if you will. I'll take anything to validate my existence and the existence of this here channel. Grab your coffees and let's find out if this is worth a piece.
If you take to the stage, you will be erased. There will be no new France. You cannot topple what has been ordained by God.
Not everything is about you people.
Let's get into it. The synopsis on IMDb reads, based on the factual true story of Joseph Boulogne, Chevalier de Saint-Georges, the illegitimate son of an African slave and a French plantation owner. Classic love story, who rises to the heights of French society as a composer before an ill-fated love story. Or love affair. It wasn't an affair. It has a 6.6 out of 10 rating on IMDb, which I surprisingly agree with. This movie is directed by Stephen Williams, who, when I looked him up, has produced and directed episodes of many notable shows. Let me list these off. True Story, Kevin Hart, I reviewed that one, I did like it. Watchmen, Westworld, Counterpart, and it's a travesty that show got cancelled. And Ray Donovan, one of my favorite shows that I've been watching for a few years now. It's over, but y'all should catch up on it too. So he certainly has experience as a director. I didn't see any movie credits for him, but his experience certainly shows. However, if I had to nitpick, I would say his directing style is rather safe and I'd say bland, because with all the TV shows he's directed, I suppose he's managed to fit his directing style within a box. And if anything, this might have had a small budget. This might have had a small budget and they didn't go big enough. When you read up on the history of Joseph Boulogne, the composer part of him was bit of a footnote, participating in the French Revolution, being an abolitionist, going to war and surviving all that shit, being imprisoned during the French Revolution and being threatened with decapitation, got out alive. Me being an action junkie, I would have preferred they focus more on his fencing career. He was championship sword fighter, undefeated by the way, in all of Europe, most of Europe I would say. And yeah, so this really just touches upon just a vignette of his life. This could deserve a show. And I'm glad they resisted the urge, since Queen Marie Antoinette is in this. They resisted the urge to have a scene of her saying, "Let them eat cake." A true mustache-twirling villain, Marie Antoinette. And that's the story. Well, that's my take on the director anyway. That said, this movie did touch a chord with me, so I'm going to try not to go too high with my rating. It did hit several beats that felt quite personal to me. I certainly got emotionally choked up at several scenes, because it all felt quite familiar. Not that I was alive during the French Revolution, but some of the things, him being dropped off by his dad at a boarding school in France, that scene I really felt that. On to the cast. Kevin Harrison Jr. Apparently he was in Elvis and Cyrano. I watched neither. And Samara Weaving. Her breakout role was Ready or Not. I remember that one quite fondly. And Mr. Kevin Harrison Jr., I hope he has a good career ahead of him, because he is inexorably charming as the lead. You could understand, or you would understand, how people were inevitably charmed by this man. How he rose to the heights of a society that would otherwise simply neglect and reject him. And struggling, Kevin Harrison embodies the struggle of Joseph Boulogne in a nicely subdued way with his performance. There are several times where, well, I would have lashed out emotionally. And in one scene he kind of does, but it took a lot of drink. Props for his performance. This movie is not going to get nominated for an Oscar, although it should be a contender. And then Samara Weaving as the love interest did a competent job. Hell, I would go up to that. And there's a particular scene when they're discussing an event that happened to them both in the movie. And I felt that she did a great job with that. Kevin Harrison did a great job at being stoic, and she did a great job at emoting the pain she felt. That would be as accurate as I could say it. I'm trying to not going into any spoilers. And a nice foil, aka nemesis, aka antagonist to Monsieur Boulogne is played by Martin Caucas. I'm trying not to butcher his name. Either way, I love this guy as a character actor. He was the bad guy in one of my favorite movies, directed by Ridley Scott, Kingdom of Heaven. He was the antagonist to Orlando Bloom there. He played a rather smug French lord there too. And my other favorite action movie, Equalizer with Denzel, he was the Russian bad guy. The super agent that they called in to take care of Denzel. So it was nice seeing him there. A familiar face to be a snake. A familiar snaky face, scaly. Ew. He was a bad guy. He was mean. So all in all, I enjoyed this movie. It definitely struck the right emotional chords with me, or maybe a little too strong. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 reels. 7 out of 10, yeah, feels about right. And on my Shaggy scale, this gets a summertime.
It's a summertime affair!
Summertime feels wrong. It's not a breezy watch. It can get heavy. But especially, I would advise that anybody who's curious, read up on Joseph Boulogne, because this is just basically a small summary about a part of his life. He has an amazing life story. I'm surprised when I found out about him by watching the trailer of this movie, that I had never heard of this black man. So yeah, Chevalier, a good film. I recommend it. So other than that said, it has been me, your man JP on the African Geekdom. Please like, subscribe, and comment. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. May the odds be ever in your favor. Wakanda forever, my ninjas. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Shall wing. Hey, go. No, don't do that. Okay, go. I'll be right with you. Go play. I'll be right there.